What's a good replacement for sir or ma'am if we don't know what the person's gender is by looking at them?
DanO'ConnorTraining.com.
All right, so I got a letter from Cindy, and Cindy writes and says, Dan, I work in retail, what does Cindy say? Dan, I work in retail. Greeting and interacting with customers is the most important thing that I do. Ma'am and sir are so outdated, though safe. Some people's gender isn't obvious, and I don't want to label them. Good for you, Cindy. Are there some safe words to use? I'm in Australia with customers that don't mind Darl? They say that in Australia. Interesting. Mate or sweetie, but some really get upset. Yes, some do. My grandmother would have gotten very upset if you called her any one of those things. When you speak to hundreds of people a day and want to appear friendly, what's left? Thanks for your time, Cindy. All right, Cindy, I got it. Here's what I believe you're struggling with. When we are doing something like greeting people all day or thanking people all day or saying you're welcome all day, we have a pattern. And so we will say things such as, good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. And then comes someone where we're not sure of their gender, and we simply say, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. And the rhythm that we find ourselves in is suddenly broken because there's a pattern to the way people communicate. There's a rhythm that we use. And when we're thrown off of our game, so to speak, when there's a break in the natural rhythm, especially the one that we're using because of protocol and formality, people notice that. We notice that. Instead of worrying about what word to use that's a gender-neutral term, because there is none. There is no, if we're being formal, for example, and saying, thank you, sir, thank you, ma'am, thank you, sweetheart, that's very different, right? All of a sudden we're going from formal in a business environment to super friendly that's not appropriate for a business environment. So instead, fill in the void and throw an extra beat in, like this, for example. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Have a great morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Have a fantastic morning. So instead of saying good morning, sir, good morning, ma'am, and then suddenly good morning, and there's half of the beat missing, throw in have a wonderful morning, have a great morning. It's a beautiful day. And then you can leave out the sir or the ma'am. For example, if I'm thanking people, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. See, there you don't notice it. Now, if I would have said instead, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. See, then you notice it. So throw in an extra beat. Fill the void, so to speak, with a word or a couple of words that make sense in that situation, that maintain the formality, that maintain the same protocol, but don't refer to gender, because unfortunately, especially in English, there is no gender-neutral word that's the equivalent of sir or ma'am. So there might be someday, but there's not now. And speaking of that, remember also that when you're doing things like giving gratitude or showing respect in the workplace, there are 5 different languages that people speak. And I'm going to be covering those. In fact, I am covering them right now. I have a new course on DanO'ConnorTraining.com. Check it out. It's the 5 languages of respect, appreciation, apologies, and thank yous. And it's brand new, just came out. In fact, I'm doing a 2-for-1 with that one and an introduction to freestyle scripting. So if finding the right words is something that you struggle with or that you see your teammates struggle with, check out those courses. I will keep them on 2-for-1 until the end of the year. So if you're watching this after January 1st, 2018, so sorry you missed the deal. So make sure that you do subscribe to YouTube and DanO'ConnorTraining.com so that you can get these types of videos, so you can get your questions answered, and so you can stay abreast of all of the upcoming events. We have new live events coming up, both online and in person. Stop by DanO'ConnorTraining.com and you will see that we have live retreats, we have live courses, and courses that are on demand, like how to deliver difficult messages with clarity and focus, and how to speak the 5 languages at work. You will love those. Well, there's Maggie. She says hi. This is Dan O'Connor signing off.